était un gars que l'on déveine.
Right, the cats are fed. Let's get it on. Good evening.
All right.
Welcome to the INFOWARS Nightly News, home version. I'm DLAKE PREZ. Tonight, I'd like to take a little trip down memory lane. This will be sort of an editorial piece, and as usual, I have no teleprompter. I don't even have any notes tonight. It's just me, my news station, my trusted computer, and my video camera. Where would an info warrior be without one of those? I don't know, probably just keyboard commandoing some nonsense. It's time you wake up and take action, people. What was that guy's name? Info Warrior C77. I hope I have that right. He put out a rant, his first of many, according to him. It was called Wake Up, America, and I thought it was really good. I liked it, and you know, that guy's doing a good job. I'm going to go comment on that video later. Just wanted to put out there that, you know, I was reading that report today on Infowars.com about mainstream media. The Gallup poll and the ratings are slipping. They're slipping. They're weak. They have nothing on alternative media and real people doing real news like me and many, many others on YouTube. I mean, look at the INFOWARS reporter contest. You heard how many submissions they had. Well over 600, closer to 1,000. Anyways, when are you gonna get to this memory lane talk? Here we go. Let's take a trip down memory lane. And let's start by remembering all the candidates in the Republican Party. The GOP, the grand old party. Rick Santorum. Buddy Roemer. Who's that guy? I don't remember him. And if you laughed when I said Santorum, it's okay. Rick Perry. And he's actually in the headlines today because he's grandstanding against Obamacare. I'd have to read further into that article, but he is the governor of Texas. It's a gigantic state. A lot of people... Alright, that's Rick Perry. Former Governor Gary Johnson of New Mexico. And Mr. Johnson, Mr. Gary Johnson, he withdrew December 28th, 2011 from the Republican Party. However, he is now running as an independent. And if you don't like this Obama versus Romney heavyweight fight put on by Don King and Associates, then I suggest that you vote for Gary Johnson. Former Governor John Huntsman of Utah. Mr. Huntsman attended the Bilderberg meeting this year, 2012. His family runs a cancer institute that wants to radiate you, carve you up, and basically let you die at their own pace. They will not offer you any cannabis or THC-like drugs. They will not suggest any alternative health measures whatsoever. You'll be put on a wait to die list at their cancer institute. In my personal opinion, it's just my opinion. Former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. Well, I think Mr. Gingrich has a lot of plans for the moon now, doesn't he? Well, that makes a lot of sense since his head looks like a big moon. Former Godfather's Pizza CEO and, you know, head of a Federal Reserve there, head chair of a Fed. Let's not forget that. Herman Cain, Georgia. U.S. Representative Michelle Bachmann of Minnesota, who handily won that, or should I say conveniently won that straw poll in Iowa, the very first straw poll, the straw poll that kicked off the season. She won by like 100 points over Ron Paul, who came in second. And of course, we all remember that debacle by the mainstream media where they failed to even mention Ron Paul's name. It was like number 1, number 3. That is ridiculous, it's nonsense, and it's garbage, and that is why I aim to be a reporter. To Sweep up the trash, take out the garbage, dust them off, polish them up. U.S. Representative from Texas, Ron Paul. Right. Ron Paul. The reason that I'm taking this trip down memory lane, I'm just setting up the story, I'm just introducing some of the characters here. Then, former Governor Mitt Romney of Massachusetts, presumptive nominee. Start with Santorum. He loved to battle Ron Paul now, didn't he? Ron Paul, remember when he said, I think you're overly sensitive and you keep stepping on my toes and you keep trying to interrupt me. Please don't interrupt me. Remember how bad Santorum wanted to go to war with Iran immediately right now today? Or I mean yesterday? But today would be good. Tomorrow, that's too long to wait. That's Rick Santorum. Rick Perry. Couldn't remember those 3 departments. Where was Ron? Ron was right next to him with the 5. 4 fingers and a thumb. Make 5. Ron Paul. Tim Pawlenty. He couldn't take the heat in the kitchen. Gary Johnson made a lot of good points. Didn't get a lot of airtime. He's real good, you know. He didn't want to play by mainstream media and big party establishment rules, so he didn't get invited to a lot of parties. And I think the kind of president we need is the kind that doesn't get invited to a lot of parties. John Huntsman, the Bilderberg guy, whose family put out some kind of fake YouTube video trying to say that a Ron Paul supporter did it. And, you know, the mainstream media is going to eat that up and make a Ron Paul supporter sound like, you know, Ron Paul himself or someone in Ron Paul's camp, when that's completely ridiculous. Then he withdrew just after that. He was caught. His daughters were caught. I hope he bent him over his knee and spanked him for that. Yeah, Newt Gingrich. That silver-haired guy. Woo! He wants to blast off to the moon. I think he's already there sometimes. His whole mode was to disagree with Ron Paul as much as he could. Because anytime he disagreed or had a different viewpoint, he got embarrassed to all hell. And so basically he tried to play up to the, play against the reporters by playing up to the audience. Got a few big applauses, and that was the big show that night. And he got a lot of votes that night apparently, and it was all explained by his debate performance. Godfather Pizza CEO Herman Cain. Like I said, he worked for the Fed, right? And Ron Paul called him out on that. Embarrassed him. Herman Cain had played a part in embarrassing himself with his previous history and also his inability to remember just about anything. So he was out. Michelle Bachmann, she was trying real hard to pump up that war propaganda with Iran. Ron Paul shut her down. Mitt Romney, that guy loves to have his hand in his pocket during all the debates, now didn't he? And when they asked him, Mitt Romney, would you have signed the NDAA? Yes, I would have. Boo! Hiss! Boo! Boo! I think it'd be really good. I think it'd be a really good idea. I hate anything Obama does, but that seems like a good idea. Thing of the past. You know, it's a nice trip down memory lane. Wish we could go back further. People walked around with guns on their holster, cool cowboy hats, rode horses, and hung perpetrators in the streets. Shot them dead at high noon. I'm DLAKE for PREZ.